Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I'm here for Ashita no Joe, episode 3, and he said yes! Oh my god, they're gonna get married! And have you seen the size of the ring? Because I've never seen anything like it. I had this silly idea of, like, Dante on his knees offering a ring to Joe and asking him to marry him. But that's kind of what the relationship between a coach and a boxer or any serious athlete is. It's like, we're in this together and we're in this for the long run and we're gonna beat ourselves into a pulp in order to make it. We're tied together by something. And the sort of contractual obligation of a wedding ring just matches so perfectly with the boxing ring that I had to draw something like it. So there's our little ring box with the little boxing ring inside it. I wonder if anybody's ever manufactured like a boxing ring shaped ring or like designed ring. That would be kind of cool. I feel like the audience would be too narrow for it to really sell a lot of pieces though. In any case, Joe has finally said yes after 2 episodes of cajoling and Dante chasing after him, begging him to please treat your body better, Joe, you're important. And also, I'm going to, give my life to this. It's the most important thing to me ever. Telling him his story, trying to instill in him some of the hope that Dante sees in him, and for the most part, failing. For the most part, not making any inroads in Joe for reasons that we've discussed to some extent. It doesn't seem like what Dante is saying has much of a place to land in the person who is Joe. It doesn't seem to get its hooks in. It doesn't seem to latch on. The goals that Dante represents as being obvious and straightforward are not necessarily the goals that drive our drifter. And we don't know what those goals really are. We're going to have to find out over time. But finally, at the end of the episode, in a way that makes it not entirely crystal clear whether he is doing it for the ability to do what he loves, for the passion of the thing, to just acquiesce to Dante's cajoling, continuous pushing him, or if it's just for the 3 hots and a cot, the little stipend and a place to sleep and food to eat. Whatever the reasons are, Joe has decided upon his path, and so we embark into tomorrow. You're going to be a boxer, Joe. And I don't think you even know what that means. So, I've got episode 3, Fangs of the Beast exposed, up and ready to go, and we're going to go ahead and watch it. I hope I don't know if it's noticeable, since maybe people who are watching this haven't watched all my other shows, but I'm trying to trim down the intro discussions a little bit and keep them concise a little. It's hard for me. I blather too much, and I want to work really hard on pithiness, on being able to be concise, and I'm bad at it. So forgive me for the weird, but I hope that made sense as an intro, and we'll go from there. Exciting things for me. I want to see this relationship develop, and I want to touch a glove or a ring or something, right? I want some of the magic to be sprinkled in, because everything has been fighting on the streets. There's been nothing. This is the way that I want to put it. I was thinking about this when I was editing the thumbnail for last week's episode today. Gloves are shiny. Especially a nice pair of bright red winnings, they're shiny. They're gonna be the most expensive thing that Joe has touched in years. They're incredible. They're shocking. They're new. There hasn't been a new thing anywhere in our show. So there's a magic to that. There's something about the ring and the whole performative aspect of it, the brilliance of it, the shining and the brightness of the lights that Joe hasn't seen yet. Dante knows it, and Joe hasn't seen it. And there's a point in Ippo where we get it, and it really clicks for the guy. And there are points in other shows where we get it, but I feel like we're primed here for Joe to experience some things for the first time. And that's what I'm really excited for. It's totally okay if it doesn't happen here, but I want a moment where he crosses a threshold, whether that's picking up a glove and looking at it, or stepping into a gym, or stepping over a ring or something. I'm waiting for that moment when he realizes that he's somewhere different than he was before. And I don't know when we're going to get there, but I'm excited for it. And I thought I might as well say so. Let's watch Joe. I've got episode 3 of the Saizen version still up and ready to go. There will be 2 versions, picture-in-picture in the description, timer on YouTube, early access on the Patreon. Thank you to those of you who've already joined the Patreon. There have been a number of people joining for Joe, and it's awesome to see. It's really cool. We've got a Discord channel where we can talk about Joe, and people have been throwing really interesting insights and information at me, which is awesome. And yeah, it's just a joy. So catch your early access to the next week's episode. It'll be there on the Patreon. Otherwise, let's dive in to episode 3 of Ashita no Joe. Beep beep timer. Agonia. I gotta find, like, the right volume level for this. Because they're consistently really loud. This sequence of him rolling has been so stuck in my head. I think I've referenced it in, like, 3 different other shows at some point. So, I'm really wondering about that guy. And I wonder about that guy because I wonder if that's Dante's previous guy. Just something about his face is a little familiar, but it doesn't seem like it would be him. I don't know. Oh, that's beautiful. No gloves? Don't do that. Don't do that. But I guess he might not have them. He made that sandbag, huh? Yeah, it's all sewed together of patches. They're gorgeous. Footwork, footwork, footwork. Now, are we talking about the cross? The twist for the cross? Yosha! Yosha! It sure does. It is the cross. Wah, 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 wah. We might need to get him some gloves. But that's what you like to see. Ah, I'm so reminded of the Ippo punch where everybody in the room just turns like, what the fuck was that? Let's go, Joe! I'm too serious, I'm too strong for this! Wink! What about training? What about... Oh. I guess we're punching mitts. It's gonna hurt your hands, old man. Of course, that's the point. Oh, they got it. I was about to comment that he's not meeting it. Oh, shit. Never mind. A good coach will always meet your hands. Pop, 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 pop. Like slapping them. Yeah, you've been out. Huh? So how far in the future are we? How long have we been training now? They'll lower your pay? Or is it a joke? No, it's to... Oh, wow. It's to pay Joe. He's paying Joe to train. God damn, Joe. Living large. You got homework? Oh, nice. Okay, I'm worried that Dante's leaving. Because we know that Joe's good at getting in trouble. So what is Dante doing, I wonder? Let's go play, right? There's no way he's going to do the training. Oh. Ha. Ha. Ooh, boy. I wonder if it'll be cute or if it'll be a betrayal. Huh. Uh-huh. Son of a bitch. No, it's a great fucking gig. Yes. And he's making old man Kenkichi go and work too, huh? Oh, he's working construction? Demolition. Christ, old man. God, he's laughing to himself. It's like, Kenkichi, he doesn't care. It's all for this. Oh, that's so like it. But it's not Joe experiencing it, it's us experiencing it. That's not what I expected. Oh, this is so cool. I talked about wanting this moment, but instead we get it as a dream. You'll really come to understand boxing. Here it is. He's chilling. Gambareo, Joe. But he's not actually doing it. This is the Joe in his mind. Oh my god, that's very impressive. We're grifting. My daddy. Take the money and we go and make more money. I like it. Dante's working himself into the ground, man. And Joe's not doing it. There's a betrayal to this. He's married. He's in love. Fuck, they're gonna, like, find out. Ugh. Gonna break his little heart. Don't you break that man's heart. Fuck. Do the fucking homework, Joe! Asshole. Do you feel good about it? That's the bridge. Where are the kids? Hi, the kids. Pie's full. Hey. Oh. Hmm. I wonder if she's pretty. Oh, shit. That is a character whose face I've seen somewhere. Like, I've seen her face somewhere. Who are you? Got people taking pictures. Uh-huh. It is. I see. But is she doing it for the press? But he's distrustful of it. It's manipulative to him. Oh, then I should be polite too? Oh boy, Joe. Go, Joe, Joe, Joe. Don't do something stupid. Okay, good, 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 good. Oh shit, he is gonna get involved. Oh no, I thought he was just gonna walk away. Now I'm scared. Dante breaking himself at this job is killing me, man. But it's all worth it because Joe's... Oh, my little heart. But his heart's on fire, man. His heart's on fire. And a burning heart never dies. He's working for the tomorrow, and Joe's just waiting for it to come. Not training. The savings. Oh. Whoa. That would be much worse. No. The real question is, what's his plan? Fuck. Oh. Has something happened? It's not what he's here for. That's not what he's here for, man. Oh, yeah. Oh. Huh? Impossible. He was supposed to be training. Okay. Oh, it's very polite. Far more so than the Yakuza and stuff. But shit. Well, he knows now. You ain't been training, Joe. Oh, Dante! That's correct, he did. I don't think so. I don't think so. Ah! There's no way! No way he would betray me. Fuck, man. This has got to be Shiraki Yoko's house, right? Shiraki? Well, wait. We made our way in. That's fair. Hello. Slow blinks. Blinks Noble Lake. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If only I had a wealthy patron. Is that Fraubo? Is that Fraubo? She's doing it via newspaper power. She's just fully just saying the story. Mm-hmm. So they ran away. They're sure. Yeah. Ah, such poor orphans. So orphany. Oh, they've been so orphaned, and so have I, and we're all orphans together. We're a big orphan puddle. Oh, so good of you. Yes. A good story. Good story. Ah, yes, yes, yes. Gather round, little kids, little props. Shut the fuck up. God, over here, you dingoes. Ah. Ha ha ha. Hmm. Hmm. So that's going in the newspaper, huh? Go! Oh, my heart! My heart for Dante! My heart! It can't! It can't! He's fucking living off of a burning heart, man! Ah! God, he believes so fucking hard! He's a big man, too! For Joe. All for Joe. All for that smile, man. Boy, you got hell to pay if you keep betraying that old man. I tell you what. That was great. That drop out of the dream was great. He's bringing food? Wow. That's really cool. I don't mean cool, but like the classism that's on display here. Oh, I will, because we'll be rich. He's got the newspaper. Fuck! Fuck. Oh. I don't know, Joe. I don't know. Oh, I can't. Hasta la tortita! Ah. This episode got me on an emotional level that they have not gotten me yet. That's cool. Gosh, that was awesome. I think this is a really cool episode for me because, on an emotional level, I think it's grabbed me in a way that the previous ones haven't. The tension of Dante's hope and Joe's aloof flippantness. Oh, it's really interesting. It's really interesting because it's such a strange position to be in that our named protagonist is not the one driving toward the future. He wants to stay the same, essentially. He wants to stagnate. He wants to be exactly where he is. He's looking for opportunities to enrich himself continuously. And all of the passion and heartfeltness and fervor and the burning heart, the neketsu that we see in Dante, the stuff that's like, that's so anime and so anime protagonist to me, it doesn't land for Joe. I'm so glad that I mentioned it at the beginning that we've had 2 episodes up to this point where Dante has like tried and tried and tried in a bunch of ways to show Joe how important this dream is, but he can't take the dream out of his own skull and transfer it into Joe's. He just can't do it. He can't make him believe in this future. Dante sees this tomorrow. He sees it crystal clear. He's been to it before, you know? But Joe doesn't see it. Joe sees today. And his only vision is of a today that's slightly less worse, less awful than current today. There's no tomorrow to him. It's just another today. This is where we get the divide. Like, finally, I get something here. There really isn't a tomorrow for Joe. It's just another today. And there it is, the difference between a life lived and survived in some real way, in a real manner. Are you just going to repeat today again, or are you going to choose tomorrow? Dante's working for a tomorrow. He's destroying his body in today for a tomorrow that's not even his. It's for Joe, right? And so it's like his body doesn't matter. He's not the one getting in the ring. His mind is all he needs. His ability to train is all he needs. So he does the math. He does the calculus. And it's like, if I can cut out of myself and give that to Joe, I will, because that's going to get me to the grand dream. And it's connected to everything for him. He's like, I'm going to be in that fucking skyscraper restaurant because we're going to be rich and famous, because this is all going to work. And at the same time, Joe's blowing off his homework every time. And we get to witness it. So we get to see this completely heartfelt, 100% going for it from Dante. This absolute belief. And not belief like, not religious faith in an impotent sense, but the kind of belief that genuinely reshapes reality. Let me frame something weird to you. Magic as we conceive of it does not exist, okay? When we conceive of magic, one of the base ways that we conceive of magic is the ability to manipulate the physical world around you using only the power of your mind, right? Or psionics, magic, whatever. Telekinesis, whatever, okay. So, it doesn't exist. I can't strain with my brain and make this mug float into the air. But I can pick it up with my hands. It's interesting. I can convert a thought into the movement of that thing. It just has some bounds around it, and it's bounded by this body that I'm in. And the physical rules of nature. If I want to save a life, I can't go and faith heal them. But I could put in 8 years and become a doctor and, figure out how to save lives and then utilize that effort, compounded effort and stuff, to maybe save a life. And I'd actually be able to do it, literally and physically. And I have a weird question, which is, what's the difference between what we call magic and find so fantastic? It's like, wow, the ability to move a coffee cup with your mind versus the ability to move a coffee cup. The difference is that this one's mundane, and we're used to it, but it's just as magical in actuality. So let me frame it in a broader sense, kind of. You can't make a wish and be like, I wish that the future had less suffering in it. And then it happens. No, but you can put a lot of effort in, and you could generate some portion of a future that would have less suffering in it. And it's unclear to what extent you could really generate that around you, like how much power you have. You could certainly do it in a small bubble around you. Hell, you could do it just for yourself. Produce a little bit of a future that has less suffering in it. All you have to do is find things logically that cause you suffering and remove them from your immediate vicinity. Okay, like trash. Trash makes you suffer, remove some of it. Okay, you've done it. That's fucking magic. That's fucking magic. That's the quintessentially human magic of choice, of being able to choose and then to apply effort. And to the extent that you have a body that has certain forms of training, and to the extent that you have knowledge of the world and can apply it, to the extent that you understand leverage and can utilize it, and pulleys and can use them, and tools and can use those, you can influence the world with your mind, with what you believe should be. So if you believe that the future should hold Joe as a boxer, then to some extent you are capable of manufacturing that future, and that's what Dante is doing. He's got this drive in him that's like, if I put effort in, I can make magic happen tomorrow. It's not a dream, it's not a wish, it's not an illusion, it's the truth, because I'm going to make it the truth. Because that's how reality works. And he's got this grasp around reality that's like, if I apply myself to this, it will happen. Joe doesn't. Joe doesn't have that. He doesn't have that locked in belief in magic, kind of. It's as though no matter what he does, he'll stay in the same place. Even if he were to get better at things, he'll stay in the same place. And so the best he can do is to make the same place a little bit better. To make his little bubble of less suffering a little less suffering, but it doesn't extend beyond that. It's not bigger than that. It's not broad scale. He doesn't believe in magic. He doesn't believe in fairies, you know? But Dante does, and is demonstrating it to us that it's possible. I think it's really cool. That's what Dante's about. He's about reaching into the future and making it happen. And he's willing to sacrifice in the present almost anything to do it. And in that starkness of how much he's willing to sacrifice, it makes it clear that it's possible. You know? If only Joe was also aligned with it, it would be so possible. Because look at how much Dante is doing, but Joe isn't aligned with it. We haven't been able to convince him. And so Joe works for today. Again and again. He lives in today, and that's fine. That's fine, but it doesn't get you to tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. Gosh, the way he sees this dream and believes in it so wholeheartedly. Oh, it's so cool. I feel like this is the third voice in terms of animation directors. And I'm not sure what to think about it compared to the other two. Like, the first episode had a very distinct visual language. The second one kind of felt off comparatively. And this one, while it's not a return to form of the first, it's clear. It's clear, and the emotional resonance of the voice, which happens partly through repetition, repeating this Dante moment, it's really strong to me. Really strong. Something that has stuck with me very strongly from the comments is that someone mentioned that some people consider Tengen Dante the heroine of the story. That is, he's the girl. And it's kind of on that note that I did the whole intro thing with the ring and the marriage thing as a little bit of a joke, but he's the lover, the love interest, kind of. And he loves Joe, but Joe doesn't love him right now. Joe kind of is ready to use him. The way that Dante continues to delude himself into believing that Joe would never betray him like this is so spot on for, like, deluding yourself that the person you're in a relationship has your best interests at heart. that I am struck by how accurate the interpretation seems to be. It's really cool. Very strange, but it's that element of such strong belief, such strong faith in a person, beyond just his faith that we just talked for a bit about how his faith in action is one thing, and Joe's isn't, but it's also his faith in the person that he'll do what he says he'll do. He believes in him because he wants to, and he sees Joe as somebody special, so like, of course he's not gonna lie. He wouldn't betray me like that. But you're nothing to Joe. You're nobody to him. You're just a guy who jumped out of the woodwork and offered him a pretty sweet deal, the best job he's ever gonna have, and he's taken it. Fascinating. Okay, let's take a little break from talking about the thematic elements and just talk about some of the boxing, because this is cool and I finally get to actually talk about it a little bit, which is really neat. I am not a boxer and not a fighter. I thought I wanted to be at one point, though, and got really interested in the idea. So I did a lot of solo practice and a lot of solo training, and I went and spent some money and got some actual training at a boxing gym. Really wonderful boxing gym with a former world champion who is the coach at the boxing gym. And he taught me a couple things, just a few. So I am by no means an expert at this, and I dropped boxing fairly quickly because of something that I think we'll end up talking about as we move on further in Joe, which is that I really care about my brain. I work in an intellectual capacity, and I started doing the research on CTE and the actual dangers of boxing, including training, including sparring, and realized that while I would love to acquire the skill set and find great joy in the potential of the training, the risk factor is far too high, even in basic sparring, for me to want to engage with. So while I will happily throw gloves on and go hit a bag, and I'll do touch sparring with people, when it comes to any real sparring and actually hitting each other in the head, it's going to be a no from me, because those blows accumulate and the damage that happens to your brain doesn't go away. And I met too many people who were too young to be slurring their words when I joined the gym, and decided pretty quickly that I was not going to go on that path. So I have the utmost respect for people who destroy their bodies in the pursuit of martial ambition and sport. It's not for me. It's not for me. I would love to be able to become a really capable fighter, but the cost of doing that is fighting. And the reality is you can't become you can become very trained, you can become like effective at your own movements and stuff, but in becoming a really capable fighter without full contact sparring is hard. And I didn't have access to gyms around me that would enable like non-full contact sparring at the kind of training level that I wanted to achieve, so I dropped it. All of this to give you just a very brief background in martial stuff, which is very little. Anybody that you know who's done martial arts is going to know far more than I do. Anybody who's boxed for more than a couple months is going to know far more than I do. I don't know much, but I do love researching stuff, and I've done a lot of research on this shit because that's how I operate on stuff. And so there's a couple of things about the boxing sequences that really stand out to me. So let's go ahead and talk about a couple of them. The first is that this is our first sort of set of Joe punching, and his first punches suck. His first punches suck. He's like in this weird full extend, although maybe they don't suck in a particular pattern or particular form. Fine. But what doesn't suck is the flow of it. Oh, okay. Bam. 1, 1. 1, 2, 3. 1. Yeah, okay. So we're doing frame spacing modulation to create this like cha, to create the jabs, to make them feel like jabs. So the jab is a super fast punch if you're boxing with somebody, you really don't see their jab. It's like it's too fast. It's just like, especially if they're wearing a glove, it's just like here's a red circle and now it's bigger. That's all you see. Jabs are too fast. His cross sucks. Like super sucks. Look at this thing. He's sort of just throwing his hands from his shoulders. So we get to have training. I love this. We get to see Joe fight and fight and fight, but he's not a boxer. He's a fighter. And fighters aren't boxers. Boxers are like to a knife's edge, right? It's like all the extraneous movement has to go because it's just going to tire you out. Anything that doesn't add power and precision and accuracy and good transfer of force to your punch, gotta go. Anything that doesn't increase your stamina, gotta go. It's like, narrow the fuck down. So we get to do some training. Here you are, Joe, and you're not perfect. So we get to actually have the expert stand in front of him and show him, you know? Oh, they look so good, though. They look so cool. I love his hair as an indicator for it as well. So this is something that I just wanted to mention. Joe's floppiness of his hair is a, like, space and movement representer. It's like having a flag on the back of a truck so you can tell where the truck is, kind of. There's something else that it's like that I'm not quite sure. But it's like a dangly flowy thing, or a ribbon on the back of or the tassel on a spear. There you go. The tassel on a spear or on the back of a Chinese sword, where it creates flow to it that's both beautiful and maybe distracting. Joe's hair does that. It's so cool looking. It's like his hair is what's punching. Stronger. No good at all. Okay, the other thing is don't hit bags without gloves. You'll break your hands. It's unclear what kind of bag this is and what it's like filled with and shit, but don't hit bags without gloves. You'll break your hands. They make training gloves. They're thin. Hit them with that. Don't break your hands. Don't just hit with your arms. Put your hips into it. Your hips. Do it for real. And Joe, like, takes the piss. He jokes about it, does the little butt wiggle thing. Really endearing, I think, and very silly. But he's also constantly playing it up for the audience. He's constantly playing it up for the kids and playing it up for the little girl and stuff. Joe's a performer. He really does need to be on stage. He does need to be in the ring like this. I think we all know that whether you're swinging a baseball bat or punching or throwing a shot put, you need your whole body in it. It's all in the hips. It's all in the hips. It's all in the hips. Golf, it's all in the hips. But this is true of power generation for anything that you do. The center of your forget the diagram. It's like a diagram of human body, and then there are like circles. And the core circle is right there at the hips. It's where all your musculature combines, and we're constructed so that we can put the musculature power from our legs into our upper body, or from our upper body into our legs if we need to. We can sort of balance it all around on this axis that is the pelvis. So get that little twist to your hips, and you're engaging like 2-3 times the muscle mass of your arms and shoulders, and you're doing it over the course of like a couple inches of twist. But we're throwers. Humans are throwers. That's what we do. It's what we do better than anything else, is throw stuff. And what throwing is orienting a mass along an axis at maximum velocity. So to do that with a ball, for example, you wrap your toes to your fingertips, every bit of it around that axis, and turn it all into forward momentum. So if you like clock the motion that's going into a baseball pitcher as they pitch, they pull their leg all the way back, like back over their ear practically, like all the way back over here. And then they whip the leg forward, plant it, whip the other leg forward. All that comes into torsion in the hips, abs, back, shoulders, twist, foop, foop, foop. And then it gets whipped like a bullwhip to crack into the fingertips, where the ball comes out at 1,000 bajillion miles an hour, and that's what humans can do. And if you look at a server serving with a tennis racket, they do the same thing in the air. Same fucking thing. If you look at a baseball player, plant that foot, twist, 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 boom, launch the ball out with the thing. And if you look at a boxer, when they do a cross, because a jab is different, we got a different thing. We're throwing the hand fast, and we want it fast more than anything. We want the hand fast. But the cross, that's to follow up, and we go bam, click, 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 twist, 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 launch. And you're launching your fist. Your fist is the mass that we're talking about. So if you look at a boxer, and you watch them on video, you can draw a line where their fist is going to fly, where that line that they're going to orient on, and you can recognize that every aspect of their anatomy aligns itself with that line and then spins around it and pushes forward. Boom! And that's how we throw stuff. That's how we punch stuff. That's how we kick. That's how we do fucking everything. We twist everything. We throw it all around an axis, and we create a spiral. And it's like we funnel that power down into the thing. So put your hips into it. Put your hips into it. Doesn't matter what you're doing. Put your fucking hips into it, and get your whole body behind whatever it is that you're trying to create force upon. And wham, you sure as hell can. And Joe sure as hell can. Oh, jeez. Okay. Like this. He. Lower my hips and then spring up with my knees. It's an odd way to put it. I love the episode of Ipo where we show this because it's so perfect. It's so perfect. Ipo is so damn good. Ipo is so damn good. But this is damn good too. This is cool. Here's what I have an image of. Here's what I really have an image of. I have an image of 11-year-old kids on the playground after school having watched this episode uppercutting each other into the fucking stratosphere. All right, I'm gonna do it like Joe. Yeah! How many hands do you think were shattered by this episode of Ashita no Joe? All right, lower your hips and spring up. I think a few. I think maybe a couple. That would be my guess. Bam! It's a real strong punch. Concentrates all the power of your body into your arm. I love that it's right. I love that it's fucking right. It's not messing around either. It's not bullshit. It's not like super magic powers. There's no garbage here. It's just, hey, you've got a body and you can use it. Yes. It's the timing. Go on, try it. I'm fine. I'm all right. Now I'll throw mine. Come on, it looks horrible. Joe looks cooler than you. He takes this moment. Yep. And breaks the bag. So, we don't actually get to see the punch, which is kind of cool in a way. We just see the impact of it and the after effect. It's kind of cool. It kind of withholds that moment from us. Hey, well, this is what happens when I get a little bit serious. Joe's so fucking full of himself. What a dork. He gives a little wink to the girl, too. Not a chance. No, practice isn't off. We're going to do mitt punching. So when we start this off, he's just punching static mitts. That's fine. I was going to comment on it, but then he starts to move the mitts. Static mitts, he starts to move them like, where is it? There. Okay. Damn, kind of. I wish it did it more. Because this is a cool thing. There's a cool thing about mitt work, I think. I didn't know this. Watch trainers. They'll smack at your hands. Thop, 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 thop. And I asked my coach why he was doing that. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Shouldn't you make it like a static target so that I know what I'm hitting? His answer was, it's actually not about that. I'm not trying to teach you to hit a specific target. I'm trying to get you to aim at it, but I'm trying to teach you to throw your punch. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm timing when your impact should be, and I'm hitting you, the tip of your glove, when I think your impact should be, and I'm thwacking you so it makes a nice resounding thwack. And what I'm trying to do is wire into your brain that that's when you hit. That's where your contact point is. It's right at the end of the strike and a little bit before. That was his idea, and I thought that was really cool, so I thought I would just pass it on, that a huge part of the mitt work thing is, like, accuracy, right? But it's also conditioning your mind, conditioning your confidence in those strikes, giving you these nice resounding like thwap, 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 thwap. Especially when you're just starting out and you're not actually producing those thwappy, striky, sparky punches. There it helps. It helps you figure it out, I guess. Speaking of striky, thwappy, sparky punches, holy fuck. It was so interesting to really like watch some boxers who were good. I had met this guy at the workout gym, lifting weights. Really tall Hispanic fellow. His name was Misael, and met him maybe like 6'2", tall Hispanic fellow. And when I met him, he was pretty overweight. And over the course of like a year and a half, he slimmed down to like whip thin. Joined the Marines. Went through boot and stuff, so that was a part of it. And a couple years, I hadn't seen him for a year or so. I go into the boxing gym, and there he is. He's been boxing at this gym for his whole fucking life, apparently. And my guy, he's like 6'2", so he stands way far away from the heavy bag. Way far away. He's got these long arms. And he goes, puh! And there's a gunshot. It's like, puh! Boom! Skinny guy, too, right? And it's not as though he's throwing his all into these punches. He's just cracking whips. Bull whips, right? Puh! Puh! Boom! So strange. Such an interesting phenomenon. Absolutely goddamn terrifying, because I realized in that moment, I'm 5'4.5", right? He's 6'2". I can't get within a mile of him without an explosion going off near my face. Not a chance, ever. And at that moment, I was like, oh, that's why weight classes exist. That's why. And then I realized, oh shit, he doesn't weigh that much more than I do because he's whip thin. He's only 1 or 2 weight classes above me. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. All this to say, there's such a range of skill and capacity in boxing and most movement sports and things. It's really fucking interesting and cool, and there's something amazing that really good boxers can do with the pressure and air pressure and impact that they can have at the end of a snappy strike. It's like watching praying mantises hit stuff or mantis shrimp. Like, whoa, spooky. Really cool. Come on, give me everything you got. And he smacks him in the fucking face. I wonder if he did that on purpose to make training end. I hope not. I hope not. Wake up. It's time. Time to go to work. If you show up late, they'll lower your pay. What made him change his mind? He used to sell his blood and get drunk every day. Wow. I'm going now. Give me the money. Yes, yes. See ya. And don't forget your homework. So this is our real setup for the tension of the episode for me. Don't forget your homework. I trust that you're doing what needs to be done. But he isn't. But he isn't. Some say that betrayal, beyond all, is the greatest of our possible sins. That the worst thing that one human being can do to another is to betray their trust. And I think, in my own experience, and in what I've seen of the way that people respond to betrayal, and what it does to both the betrayer and the betrayed, I think that's about right. So to watch this childish betrayal of skipping your chores, kind of, is the vibe, play out, is really interesting. Because we're shown this world and its hopelessness, but what we focus on most is the hope. The one thread of hope. And it's like Dante is painstakingly weaving together the little fibers to create this thread of hope. And he's spooling it out little bit by little bit as he makes it piece by piece. And Joe's just taking it and cutting off pieces and selling them. Right? Fuck! Joe, what are you doing? But there is a wrinkle to it. There's one wrinkle. And it's the potential salvation of the whole thing. What is Joe saving the money for? That's the question. We gotta hold on to that question. And we gotta mention that it's really interesting that question is inserted here, because it gives us a chance to redeem Joe from the outset. That maybe what he's doing in the first place is not bad. But it's not what he promised to do with Dante, and so it can't be great. Good luck, good luck. All right, now he's gone. Time to put him away. So we set up where it is. No, it's for my big plan. A very good thing. I can't really tell you, though. Good for you or good for everybody, Joe? Hey, why are you such a dick? Hey, why are you such a little dick? Huh? Huh, Joe? I'm not doing this seriously anyway. But if I take his offer, he won't bother me and he'll give me all this stuff. What a great job. And he cackles and cackles as they go, man, Joe's actually kind of a bad guy. Whack. And he is. Fascinatingly enough, he is. It's a really shitty thing to do. And we just spend like the majority of the rest of the episode compounding the emotional weight of how shitty that thing is. Guess what? This guy really believes, and he's really tearing himself up for it. And inside his mind, what we're filled with is like a grin, like a laugh. I think this is really cool, and maybe the big lesson for me to take away is like, yeah, fuck all the Joe stuff. What about the Dante stuff? The Dante stuff tells me that the hardest labor in the world is paradise if you're working towards something you care about. And that rings true to me. That rings true to me. If you're working towards something that you care about, it doesn't matter what it is. And this rings beyond true because I know that it's true. Because I know people who do shit, thankless jobs, and they do it because they know that it makes a better life for their kids or enables them to pursue the thing at school that they want to, or whatever it is. They've wired their life around the work thing in a way that the work thing is inside their mind represents something else. So the 12-hour shift washing dishes or whatever it is actually 12 hours striving up the staircase toward their dream, right? And the pain of it disappears, vanishes, because it's like, I'm not working cleaning dishes for somebody else. I'm working making minimum wage for myself, for my world, to reshape it. And like, you can put whatever fucking bullshit you want on me. You can make it as miserable as possible, but I'm doing this for a reason. And that gives, man, that like saves humans. It saves us to be able to wire our work into a purpose, our purpose. When we talk about work for a purpose, we're usually like, broad scale, saving humanity, all that shit. No, fuck off. Fuck that. What about saving you? What about saving you? What about your tomorrow? What about your kids? What about your family? What about you? What about your life and the lack of suffering in it? What about knowing that you're not going to be scared of losing your housing next month? Like, that's worth working toward. And it's that kind of level of a thing that Dante is working toward. He's like, back-breaking labor, who cares about my back? It's broad enough to carry this. Like, we gotta go, man. And it's like, it's perfect if it weren't being betrayed. So one day, maybe it won't be. What if one day we have Joe actually training and Dante working, and it's like, yeah, this piston is going, and this piston is going, and the whole fucking engine starts to go, and we gotta get them, get this freight train rolling. Just like a wild beast. But it's not enough. You need training. True training, strict practice will make you a bona fide boxer. You will understand true boxing when you finish your difficult training, but you won't understand it now. You can't understand it now. I said at the beginning that I wanted a scene where Joe, like, sees the boxing, feels a glove, or steps over a threshold, or sees the ring or the lights or something. And we don't get that for Joe, but we do get it. It's just in Dante's mind. Joe hasn't seen it yet. We get to see it. So this is really cool to me, because that was the moment that I wanted, because I was like, oh, that's so gung-ho, but it makes Joe gung-ho. Joe doesn't get to see it. He's not gung-ho. We are. So we're more aligned with Dante now. We get to see the possibility of the future. We're looking through Dante's eyes at the top of that staircase, at the heavenly gate, at the glowing portal to the endless paradise that is beyond. Oh, it could be beautiful. And Joe doesn't get to see it, but we do. And so it means even more that Joe is betraying it, because now he's betraying our trust. We see this potential for him, and now we know that he could reach it, and he's not doing the things he needs to be doing. It's like watching somebody throw their life away. Watching a brilliant student fall into drug addiction or something like that, right? It's like, no! You're choosing the wrong path, don't do it! The actual animation for the sequence is an element of that. It's a real strong element of, gosh, I want to see this. Why can't we see this yet? Because this is gorgeous. It's cool. Something that I want to accent about it is how we stick and move. I mean, literally stick and move is boxing terms, but like, we're stuck to where Joe is, and then we move around it as we tumble away. We do these like little shifts to the camera. Shift, boom. And then against the ring, the shadows all come together to create motion inside Joe's shoulder before he moves. Bam! And the characters roll over themselves in a human way. Shoulder is connected to shoulder, hips are connected to hips. It's incredible. It's incredible. And what it mimics more than anything. So I think Hajime no Ippo attempts to mimic the feeling of being in the ring or a third-party camera that's like observing magically. Ippo is observed pretty magically. This is observed the way that real ringside footage of boxing matches is observed. We're down among the ropes. We're looking up at the characters. We can't get much of a different angle, so we're stuck in one. So we get stuck in this angle where Joe's in front of us, and we can't really see his front. We're just seeing the back of him and his like elbows flying backward and his shoulders rolling over. Bam, bam, boom. We get these sort of bad angles, right, where we're stuck in and bodies are in the way of each other, and it feels there's verisimilitude, there's real reality here, because it's like what we've actually seen of ringside footage. If you've ever seen any sort of boxing, and you've seen some, at least in promos and stuff, right? But then we jump into a moment where we're like in Joe's eyes. We're close, and it's so cool. And all of it holds for this glamour shot. Boom! Boom! The way we glue together shots and reverse shots, the way that we hold for a pummel of blows, the way that our speed lines like blend into the blackness of the background as though space and motion emerge from nothing. And they're carried through. They're like pulled and whipped the way that Joe's hair is in that other sequence. They're whipped forward like tassels. The speed lines create accents and motion. Wow. It's like, whoa, suddenly a blast of the possibility. And that's what we get to see and what we want to see. Do your best, Joe! I'll build a great gym for you. He's like, you should be doing stuff right now. I don't know what it is, but you'll be doing something. And in his mind, they're aligned. In his mind, he's a piston. And we know that the other one's just stuck. But he's still going. He's still going. He believes. And he's going to carry the weight himself. Don't forget the weaving practice. All in his mind, all in his imagination. You will get over the suffering of training together with me and jump into the world of boxing, because you are my tomorrow. Heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. And what's Joe doing? He's grifting. He's grifting kids. But again, for what purpose? To what end with the money, my guy? He's saving it. He's putting it all away. Like, if he was going and he's buying drugs, buying drinks, buying booze and stuff, that's one thing, but he's not. He's saving it. For what, Joe? For what? I don't know. Everybody else knows that Dante is tearing himself apart for Joe. It's all about the training. See ya, buddy. Doesn't even wait for him to be gone. So, a quiet day, and he finds out something odd about this little town. A pretty rich lady comes and gives us lots of presents every month. And Joe's immediately like, ugh, no trust there. She must have some manipulative ulterior motive. Maybe she's trying to impress men. Or maybe she's trying to manipulate you and use you for something. There's no evidence of this, but Joe has to believe it. Joe doesn't like people who are upper class. And Joe looks at generosity as suspicious, really suspicious. I think that that's a really relatable perspective for a lot of people who've grown up in poverty, for sure. He even denies that he thinks that she's pretty when it's clear to us that he does. And it's made clear to us just by our lingering camera moments. Just by holding here, kind of holding on his face a little. And he's like, nah, she's nobody. But he's watching her. The flower of the slums. They're all taking pictures, but it's not clear that she's making them take pictures for, like, her own reasons. In a moment of rage, he turns and he yells at the children, don't take anything from her, or I won't take care of you. Whoa, boss. There's no harm. She just likes to give things away. Okay, then I'll be polite too. Nothing is pure to Joe. He doesn't believe that she's pure. And that, to him, that justifies using her. Right? Might as well get mine, kind of. It's interesting. It's very punk. The work on his hands. But when we turn in, he's got that smile on his face. I'm pleased to do this labor. I'm fine. I won't die so easily. All of this is for tomorrow. For me and for Joe. So he comes home and he finds the truth. He finds him gone. And he finds a bunch of money, too. And he wonders, is Joe doing something really awful? No, he isn't. But he's not telling the truth either. And he thinks that the cop is after Joe for that, too. This is a big warning. We've got our eye on Joe, and you'd better watch out. This is the first time we've met the police as an authority, really. Except for the moment that we got thrown in jail, you know? Joe getting on the wrong side of the law doesn't seem good. Warning you before he does something terrible, but already. Joe, you bastard. No. He must be saving for us. It's like you find that your husband has a bunch of texts with some unknown number. They're like, wow, love you, can't wait to see you. And you're like, oh, it can't be. He must be, I don't know, or organizing a new friend for me. It's for me. That's what it is. You know, I don't know about that. This one shot, I do want to say that this shot of Dante here, just something about it is so striking. The thick, bold lines and the way he's looking off into the future, but he's filled with denial of what we know to be true, too. It can't happen. It couldn't be. But off in a nice house, Joe runs a little scam. Shiraki Yoko. These are all poor orphans who've been orphaned until they were orphans. Don't you want to give them money? I mean, give me money. And yes, she does. So we set up a big ol' newspaper and we rake in the funds. One bun a day, just tearing himself apart. Saving everything. Everything for Joe. And all that privation is just another step further on his goal, right? All of it. The lack of food, it all means championship. It all means victory. We get this beautiful moment. And it's accented by these being tied and they fall apart. That may be my favorite element of the episode, is that they're not tied when we jump into this moment, right? I don't think. Oh, maybe they are. Yeah, they are, actually. They're tied. He goes in to this dream, and then we snap to reality. Wow, it all falls apart. So he's made a friend. Thanks for everything. I love this moment too. Did you know that this floor is going to be a sky-high restaurant? How cool is that? Not that we'll ever be able to eat here. There's our class struggle. Here is the working population of Japan building skyscrapers that they will never be able to access. Skyscrapers for people who are of a different class than they are. The empire is gone. There are no, there's no imperial class anymore. It doesn't exist, but stratification is just as real as it ever was. Maybe more so. It's a potent moment. And then through that, Dante believes, I'll invite you. I'll be able to come here. Joe and I will be famous. No. How could he? And Joe cackles. Rolling in the money. Well, we'll find out shortly whether Joe is really truly betraying Dante's trust. I think he is. And I think that's really sad. But that's something for next time on Ashita no Joe. Thanks for joining me on this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I sure as hell did. Oh, there's one thing that I have to look up. And that is Shiraki Yoko, voice actress. Masako Ebisu? No, it's not. Okay, it's not Fraubo. Cool. That's all I needed to know, and that's not her. Cool. And that's it, everybody. Thank you so much for watching this week's episode of Ashita no Joe. I will catch you next week for another one, wherein we will find out what Joe is really up to, what his plans might be for, and whether Dante is going to beat the crap out of him for his betrayal. Thank you so much for watching. Catch early access on the Patreon. Otherwise, I'll see you next week for tomorrow. Much love. Peace.